There is a story buried deep in the breath of heaven. One even angels refuse to whisper. It speaks of an angel who did the unthinkable. Not a rebel, not a traitor, but one who hesitated when God cast judgment on Lucifer. One who reached out not in pride but in mercy. And for that single act, heaven itself turned its face away. They say the war in heaven ended in a light so fierce that even the stars trembled. When the echoes of rebellion faded, heaven stood still, not in peace, but in grief. The loyal gathered beneath the throne, radiant and righteous. The fallen vanished into the black fire that was never meant for angels. And among them all stood one, unmoving. His name was Jeremiel. He watched the abyss swallow those he once called brothers, voices he had sung with since the dawn of creation. Each scream echoed through him like a broken hymn. To others, justice had been done. To Jeremiel, it felt like loss. He turned his gaze toward the burning horizon where Lucifer fell. Once the brightest of all, now a shadow in the smoke of judgment. And in that silence, a whisper rose within him. Quiet, dangerous, human. What if he could still be saved? That thought was the beginning of everything. A thought no angel should ever have. Heaven sang its victory songs, rivers of fire flowing through their voices, but Jeremiel couldn't join. Each note of praise felt hollow. He closed his eyes and saw the face of the one he lost, the brother who once stood beside him, who dreamed of light. Tears burned down his cheeks of gold. Then he saw movement below, faint, flickering, Lucifer himself, reaching upward through the smoke, as though still fighting the darkness. And in that moment, a mercy overcame obedience. Jeremiel stepped forward. Heaven's light trembled. Angels turned in shock. One called out, "Brother, where are you going?" But he didn't answer. He couldn't, because love had already betrayed duty. He whispered, trembling, "Lord, if mercy still has meaning, let me go." And without waiting for an answer, he spread his wings. Not to rebel, but to reach. He descended through the veil where heaven's light dies. He wasn't falling. He was kneeling in motion, surrendering everything to love. The light faded behind him, and the darkness began. In heaven, even shadows glowed with holiness. But here, they devoured everything. The deeper he went, the heavier his wings became. He whispered into the silence, "Father, if I am wrong, let my light die. But if there is still mercy, let it burn." The void did not answer. Only whispers rose, faint, broken shapes of angels, now twisted into ghosts. Their wings were black ash, their eyes dimmed embers. The fallen, they circled him like vultures. Heaven sent another. One hissed, "No," another sneered, "He doesn't belong to them anymore." Then the air cracked, and from the dark stepped Lucifer. His radiance gone, yet fragments of beauty still lingered, like light trying to remember itself. "Why are you here?" Lucifer's voice was tired, but sharp. Jeremiel lowered his head. "To find you." Lucifer's smirk was empty. "To pity me?" "No," Jeremiel said softly. "To understand." Lucifer's eyes dimmed. "There's nothing left to understand. I chose freedom. Now I wear its chains." Jeremiel's heart broke. "You call them chains, but you still defend them." Lucifer turned away. "You wouldn't understand." "Then make me," Jeremiel whispered. "Help me see why you turned from the one who made us both." Lucifer stared at him for what felt like eternity, then whispered, "Because I loved myself more than his silence." The words tore through Jeremiel's soul. He saw not pride, but pain. Not rebellion, but loneliness. For the first time, he understood that even in damnation, there was grief. But before he could speak again, heaven answered. The sky split apart, not with wrath, but with disappointment. A light unlike any before roared down through the void. The fallen screamed and vanished. Even Lucifer flinched. And in that light, a voice spoke, calm, but heavy with sorrow. You would reach for one I have condemned? Jeremiel fell to his knees. Tears carved trails of gold down his face. I sought only to show mercy. Mercy without obedience. The voice thundered. Is rebellion clothed in kindness? Lucifer turned away. Even he could not watch. Jeremiel lifted his gaze, trembling. Then let my mercy be my punishment. The light engulfed him, not to destroy but to strip away. His armor shattered. His wings dimmed. He wasn't cast out, but he could never return. He was left in the space between, not fallen, not free, a watcher between heaven and hell, forgotten by both. And for ages, no one spoke his name again. Until one day, a prophet in exile saw a glowing figure at the border of eternity. He asked, "Who are you?" And the figure replied softly, "I am Jeremiel, the mercy of God."